Hi, I'm Bice from Los Angeles, California, and we're going to review an intermediate plus dance that we learned at the 16th National New Zealand Convention here. It's called Pump Up Kicks. It's an intermediate plus. The first thing we're going to do in the dance is pretty simple, 2 triples. Then we're going to do an unclogged lorry plus. It's an unclogged lorry rock. You're going to do, then you do double up rock step. You're going to repeat the double up rock step. And then you're going to do a little part that I call like a Latin side touch. You're going to touch out, heel click, toe, heel, and then touch out. So you can swing your hips as much as you want. That last part goes toe, out, toe, heel, toe, out. So unclogged lorry rock. And that's an 8 count step. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. The next 8 count step right out of that is a brush Charleston. It's basically just a 4 count Charleston, but you start with a brush instead of a touch. You do a brush and then toe, heel, rock, step. So that's the first 4 counts. Then with your left foot, you're just going to brush up, straight out, brush up. Then you're going to do a toe, heel, and rock 2. Okay, so you start with the left foot, a brush Charleston, brush it up, toe, heel, rock 2. And then in our dance, you're going to do a rock back. You're going to cross your foot out. And you're just rocking backwards. You might want to go back a little bit further. And then you do 2 basics. So those first 2 triples, you were going to just travel forward. And then on the rock back, it brings you right back there. So that's the first sequence in the dance. And then our second sequence has a little step called a syncopated brush vine. It's very similar to the time step with a little brush at the end. Remember, the brush is going to be on 4 ends, so it starts like a time step. And that brush is 4 ends, so it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now your left foot is free. What we're going to do is you're going to take 3 steps to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 steps back to the right. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So unclogged or syncopated brush vine. Start like a time step. And it's an 8 count step. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. We do a triple. Then you're going to do a lorry brush or lorry kick. In the dance, you're going to turn on that lorry kick. And you'll be facing the back to do the next step. And the next step is a little step called the drag Joey zip. You do a double step. You're going to get drag, step, drag, step. You're going to get that drag kick one more time, drag, but instead of stepping, now you're going to push back, and then you're going to go fast forward. Okay, so that should be like 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're going to start into just a Joey, but starting with the step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, you're going to go out, then you're going to bring it back together for and 8. And you just bring it together. Keep your weight on both feet right there. So you have the drag at 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So it's a drag Joey zip. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. You're going to do a lift double, lift the left foot and a double basic. And a fancy double. Then that sequence just repeats. Now remember, the first time you did it, you did the lower kick to the back, and then you do the drag Joey zip. And the lift double, and then you repeat everything back to the front. So the third and final section of the dance starts with a camel walk is what it's called. And you start with your left foot lead, you're just going to step behind, go 1. Then you slide that right foot, put your weight down for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're just taking a slow step, slow like a slide heel. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From there, we're going to do a cha-cha rock. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have a right foot lead. We're going to do a turning chain. You're only going to turn a half in the dance. Or if you want to do a 1 and a half to get to the back, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and come back to the front though to show you the next part. So you did a turning chain after the camel walk, and of course we did the cha-cha rock, turning chain. The next step is going to be rock-namara, rocking McNamara. You're going to go rock, heel, rock, McNamara, you're going to switch right, switch left, switch right, right. Then you're going to pause and you're going to switch left, and the bass switch. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It flows right out of the McNamara. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Final step in the dance is just a Kentucky drag with the bass. Then you repeat that. So on the turning push, don't forget the turning chain, you're at the back when you do the first camel walk. And when you finish all that up, you repeat everything, come back to the front and repeat it. The camel walk, in your mind, just keep telling yourself, step behind first. So once you remember to get that little step behind you right away, then it's a perfect transition. So it's called pumped up kicks. Hope you enjoy it.